Hello guys, hi, my name is Susan Valkai. I've had eczema for 10 plus years of my life. I've been suffering and dealing with eczema for as long as I can remember, and I have a lot to say on the topic. Now, before I get stuck into the whole issue with Rob Stewart and his carnivore diet, I do want to preface that the first time around healing my eczema, I did go to him for help. He used to advocate a whole foods plant-based diet, to basically heal people's skin disease issues, you know, your psoriasis, dermatitis, eczema, rosacea, you name it. And it helped me. It took me about 9 months. I went into remission. I had 80% recovery. I was feeling fantastic. Then at 6 months later, I took some steroidal medication to basically resolve some mono I had, and that just plunged me into a shit show of problems. I just got my eczema all over again. And it took me 8 months to figure out, holy shit, I think there's something going wrong in my body and I gotta fix it. From that point, I did some medical testing, found out what's going on in my gut, my immune system, and then I got some targeted treatment in the form of supplements and antimicrobials, and long story short, I'm 1 month, 6 weeks into a treatment plan that has reversed my eczema about 15–20%. So what that tells me is that it's working. So no, I don't have perfect skin, but having perfect skin isn't the difference between giving good advice and having shitty advice. I'm not a donut. I know how to read medical literature and articles and to present to you a good argument for why a certain diet is better than another. A lot of what Rob advocates for is look to the people with the results to give you the answers, but that's kind of like looking to pretty or popular people for the answers to happiness. Pretty and popular people are still just as unhappy as some of us uglies. It's not a good basis for judging credibility. Like I said, I owe him a lot of respect. He did help me. However, I do have some quips with his current diet, so let's get stuck into it. Here's my response to the more the carnivore diet I eat, the worse plant foods make me feel. So, first and foremost, Rob Stewart is a big proponent for resolving skin health issues using dietary interventions, detox, and cleansing routines. He's a big fan of water fasts, juice fasts, and of course cleansing diets. Now, it initially used to be a whole foods plant-based diet that was his go-to cleansing diet, eating lots of fresh fruits, vegetables, grains, beans, low in fat, relatively speaking, so not a lot of nuts, seeds, and avocados, but just enough. But then in the last 6 months to 1 year, he basically transitioned to a keto carnivore diet, and now apparently claims that his skin issues are not only gone, even though the whole foods plant-based diet helped make them go away. He says that his skin is better than ever, which leads me to believe if your skin was good and clear and cured with a whole foods plant-based diet, how can it be more cured with a keto carnivore diet? I don't understand. But we'll get stuck into that.
Okay, so I've noticed kind of a strange phenomenon within the ketovore carnivore community. It seems that this phenomenon has taken place with myself to some extent, with a majority of my clients, and also a bunch of other YouTubers. They make a big old salad and they eat it. And then all of a sudden it's like, boom, they're bloated and they're gassy and their digestion feels crazy.
So, in many respects, he claims that this keto carnivore diet has furthered his skin health recovery over the vegan diet. What's going on there? Now, you have eczema, right? You got dermatitis, psoriasis, rosacea, you name it, and you start to wonder to yourself, what the hell are all of these things have in common? These are all autoimmune issues. These are all stemming from the fact that something is not firing properly in your immune system. Your immune system's not attacking itself, it's just not breaking things down and working like it should. This is kind of all stemming back to a sign that you have an inherent gut problem. Your immune system's not firing properly and you got all these mysterious symptoms popping up in addition to your overall skin health. We have more bacteria DNA in our gut than we do our own human DNA. So, depending on whether we have good gut bacteria populations or bad gut bacteria populations, is going to be responsible for our overall health and our overall functioning immune system or lack thereof. Therefore, when we look to resolve some of these autoimmune issues, these mysterious like digestional issues, we should start to look at supporting good gut health using a good diet. Now, here's the fun part, the carnivore diet. What the fuck is up with that?
A lot of the people that go to a carnivore diet are doing so to heal some sort of gut-related issue, skin disease-related issue, immune disorder.
My main argument here, unfortunately, Rob's diet of a keto/carnivore, very low carb or zero carb diet is just a band-aid for skin health issues. It is not a cure, and it is not a long-term sustainable diet to heal and reverse these chronic symptoms whatsoever. It may result in temporary relief of your skin health and digestional/bloating issues, but long-term it has very serious health implications of new and worsening symptoms. So number one, increased food intolerances to plant foods. This is a big red flag. This is my main point. This is the whole point of his video. This is a sign of unresolved gut issues. If you're reacting to things as simple as lettuce, we're not talking common food allergens like wheat, corn, soy, nuts. We're talking about lettuce.
So you eat your food and the oxalates, histamines, salicylates and other compounds from the food enter your gut. But instead of being metabolized and going out through the waste pipes, they now start building up in your gut. And as we continue to eat with these gut problems, the bucket then starts filling up quickly until you get a cascading of water over the top of the bucket. So it's not that the food is necessarily a problem, it's that your body doesn't have the right tools to break down everything correctly.
Rob indicates that his clients, and himself to some degree, are experiencing gas, bloating, and sort of like poor digestional issues. Eating something as simple as just a salad or a ton of veggies or something like that. Saying things like, some people just don't do good with fiber. These new food sensitivities are the canary in the coal mine. Let me be clear. When you're reacting to plant foods that are essentially not sensitivities to the average person, you're looking at a gut dysbiosis issue. You can't break down these simple compounds in these foods. Now number two, why is this keto carnivore diet so bad for skin health issues, and what's going on with this carnivore diet and eating plant foods making you feel worse? Now, heavy consumption of animal products are going to promote gut dysbiosis. It's going to promote bad gut bacteria pollinating your gut lining and all this, your whole stomach.
So what happens in the gut then if you shift away from fiber and move to a carnivore type diet? Well, let's start with some of the well-known and established negative impacts that meat, dairy and eggs can have on your microbiome. So number one, when you eat choline-rich foods, i.e. meat, dairy and eggs, your gut flora will convert this into trimethylamine, which then gets converted into trimethylamine N oxide in the liver, which is a toxic substance in the body with well-known and established links to heart disease, heart attacks and also liver disease. Number two, a meat-only diet will cause inflammation in your intestines due to the increased number of pathobionts in your gut, and anyone on a carnivore diet can test this. Number three, eating a carnivore diet will cause a proliferation of certain strains of bad bacteria such as biophilia. Now when you eat lots of fibre, the good bacteria will ferment that fibre and then produce and excrete certain metabolites that keep the bad bacteria in check. And when you don't feed the good guys, the numbers reduce, and this allows the inflammatory strains such as biophilia to grow at a rapid rate. And biophilia and other similar strains are linked to many different gut diseases.
Things like animal products are responsible for 15 of the 16 leading causes of death. These high protein, high fat, low fiber foods are causing issues like heart disease, colon cancer, diabetes, strokes, and other specific cancers. So a diet that is promoting all-cause mortality is not a diet that I would prescribe to heal skin issues and autoimmune diseases. In fact, it's the diet I would stay furthest away from. So if Rob is keen on promoting how good his digestion and overall health is, back it up with some medical evidence, please prove me wrong. I would love to be proven wrong. I would love for you to show another way to heal skin health issues outside of a vegan diet. I don't mind whatsoever.
A much better way of measuring inflammation in the gut before you ever reach disease is to do a lipocalin 2 test, which is an extremely sensitive stool biomarker of inflammation in your intestines. I challenge any carnivore dieter to take this test, and I will even order it for them.
But if there's no medical evidence to support his claim, I would say be skeptical, reconsider eating a heavy animal product based diet that is causing more than just skin health issues, it's causing all-cause mortality issues. Now, number 3, and last but not least, my last point in this is a carnivore zero-carb diet is nutritionally inadequate for human beings, let alone for human beings trying to overcome health complications and issues, especially when it comes to autoimmune issues that vastly rely on a healthy immune system and what's going on inside the body, not just an infection or some chronic disease outside of our immune system. We're talking 0 plant foods, we're talking 0 of the A nutrients that plants offer us to keep our immune system functioning and to keep us fighting diseases that come into our bodies. This insufficient nutrition and fiber will just further underlying and unresolved gut issues. It's just going to start blossoming that bad gut bacteria population, and it's not going to be feeding your liver and your kidneys the proper nutrition to filter out toxins and to overcome autoimmune issues. So what's going to happen with eating a nutritionally inadequate diet over time? You're going to look at new or worsening symptoms. So maybe the first few weeks when you're not ingesting fiber, you sort of feel better because your body is not having to deal with all these plant compounds that it has to break down, that it's not well equipped to break down because it has an underlying gut issue. You might notice a little lightening of symptoms, but now all this meat is putrefying in your gut. You're eating all these high fat, high protein, choline rich foods, building bad gut bacteria, not pushing out these toxins, and not having enough nutrition to feed your body and your immune system. You're going to look at new and worsening health issues. You're going to look at more and more eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis, more IBS, more gas, more bloating, and more sensitivities to plant foods. So basically your health is going to start spiraling out of control on this type of diet long term. Now, considering that our gut health is closely linked to our overall health, our immune system function, and all of this, why would we consider eating a diet that not only wrecks our gut and leaves us with insufficient nutrients, but also promotes all-cause mortality? This is a diet that would be insane for somebody who's trying to overcome disease. It should be the last diet that you ever look to help yourself. But I want to leave off with, you have a health professional or self-prescribed health guru claiming that he is, healing his body with a certain diet, or that he is perfectly healed, or that he has clients that he is healing. What I would want first and foremost is medical literature and evidence backing up his claims and proving scientifically the things that he is saying are actually true. It's worth considering if his advice is credible to heed, let alone to pay for and use on yourself. We have to be skeptical. Not all health gurus have the answer. Likewise, not all doctors are the devil. You can go to a doctor and heal some of these mysterious issues, as I am healing right now, by doing a little homework and investing in somebody who does know their nutrition, who does know about gut health, and knows the connection with autoimmune issues. So I want to leave you guys off with a potential solution. Don't DIY your health. Don't try to fix your body by yourself without any knowledge on how to do it. Depending on your symptoms, I would recommend 3 tests. Get a SIBO test, a small intestinal bacteria overgrowth test if you're having additional digestional issues, to check for bacteria overgrowth where it shouldn't be. An organic acids test, which would test for things that are passing through your urine that should not be in a healthy functioning gut system. And of course a comprehensive stool test, which does the same thing for poop, things that are passing through the poop like bacteria, fungi, and other microbes that should not be there. These 3 tests will help uncover what underlying gut issue you have and how specifically to treat them using supplements and antimicrobials and diet. you know, those three are going to be your ticket to success and recovery. Medical testing and consultation could be the very difference between blindly and ineffectively guessing your treatment plan and effectively managing your recovery in a timely and systematic fashion. This could be a permanent recovery if you go about it with the medical testing route. Thank you very much. See you guys in the next video. Peace.